Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel Lake's View. My name's Aleka. I am new to YouTube. So if this is your first time giving my channel a shot, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you are a returning viewer, I appreciate you and your continued support as well. So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a tarot reading for the zodiac sign of Cancer for the month of January 2021. We're just going to go over anything you may need to know. The Ace of Wands just popped out for you guys, okay? So just keep in mind that my readings are general in nature. They may or may not resonate. If they do resonate, that's what's up. If not, that just means this wasn't your reading this time around. Check back next time. So even before I get started with this Ace of Wands, I wanted to bring up the fact that there is a certain level of thinking about the future. A lot of you guys are thinking about the future and thinking about what it will take in order to reach some of your goals. And a lot of you are a little bit nervous about commitment, all right? Some of you are getting cold feet about a marriage. Some of you are wondering if the person that you've been with is indeed the person that you should end up with in the future. So you're doing a lot of second guessing, a lot of overthinking, but the one good thing is you are thinking about your future and you are coming to a realization that the decisions that you make now are absolutely going to affect, the upcoming years. So with this Ace of Wands, right, this is speaking to your new start. Your new start that is absolutely coming, okay? Your new start is coming and you feel it. And that's why you're doing this sort of evaluating the things and the people around you right now, just to determine if those things and people have a spot in your life in the future. Cancer, January 2021, Cancer. Okay, the Empress card. All right. So yeah, you guys have a lot of abundance coming your way for the month of, towards the end of the month of January. And what I see here is that a lot of you are beginning to realize your worth, and because of that is why you're now realizing that some of the people that you have surrounded yourself around, some of those people, they don't match you. They don't belong in your circle. They're not a part of your soul tribe, at least not a part of your end all be all soul tribe, the soul tribe that is a part of your future. Some of these people that you have met and that you have bonded with are karmic in nature. The bonding has taken place successfully, and now it may be time to let go of certain relationships. Not all, but some, and that's for you to be the judge. And back to the situation with cold feet. Some of you you're in a situation that seems to be leading towards marriage. You seem to be in a situation with a person. It feels like it's a situation where one day you woke up and you realize, okay, I've been with this person for X amount of years, and like I'm starting to realize I don't even think I want to be with them long term anymore. I don't think I see this person being a part of my future. And you're kind of kicking yourself because you realize that it's a little bit unfair to feel that way all of a sudden. Well, at least you're entitled to your feelings, but it's unfair to the other person because maybe they have the impression that nothing is wrong and you're their everything and they absolutely love you and adore you, and you know that, and that's why you kind of you feel bad that you're having these feelings now, but you can't help the way you feel, Yeah, you absolutely have cold feet. And you've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's just like you had an epiphany all of a sudden that the person you're with may not be the person that you're meant to be with, and you don't really know what to do because you've come so far and you guys have invested so much time. You guys have possibly been saving money together, making plans together, and you kind of feel like you'd be pulling the rug from underneath this person if you were to change the plans. Cancer, January 2021. Okay, the Ace of Swords. All right, and this is speaking to making something official, all right? Making something official. So you got the Ace of Wands, the Empress, and the Ace of Swords. It's important that you really make these decisions sooner than later. I'm hearing that time is of the essence and that it's time for things to come into fruition. All right, it's time for you to think with a clear head. You need to eliminate all the illusions. You need to really sit with yourself, and you really need to write a list of pros and cons. You need to decide what do I get from being with this person versus, what about being with this person holds me back, And I feel like you're really, really, really in a place of remorse right now because you feel like you're potentially wasting someone else's time. So it's important for you, Cancer, to decide what you want to do for the end of January because someone is kind of waiting around on you. They're trying to figure out like what's the holdup. Like we should be married already. We should have like 3, 4 kids already. What's going on? And the holdup is you not being sure, Cancer. It's you not being absolutely sure that you want to be with this person and that you're absolutely sure that this is even the path you wanted. Maybe this is a person that you got with from young and things were just fine and you were kind of living day by day, everything was cool or whatever, and then you began to feel a certain wave of dissatisfaction, and because you've been feeling this dissatisfaction, you begin to realize like, did I even want marriage? Did I even want this life, or did I just kind of like fall into it by default because of the decisions that I made? You made a decision to be with someone and you were just living day by day, and then one day you wake up and you're someone's fiance and you're like, wait, and you feel bad. You feel bad. You feel bad. You feel like you're the problem. Cancer, we're all entitled to our feelings, but I would say that you should sort this out sooner than later because this is someone else's feelings on the line, and this person does care about you a lot, and this person does see a future with you, and this person is sure about you. So it's important for you to also be sure about them. I'm not saying this person isn't meant to be with you. I'm not saying this person isn't meant to be a part of your future, but I get a strong sense that you're having second guesses and you're doubting this and you're unsure, and because of this, you're kind of just holding them up. That's the term I keep getting. You're holding them up. Like if you don't want to be with them, set them free. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's absolutely something you should consider if you are in this headspace for a while. Okay, because I see that it's important for you to make decisions because your life is supposed to change, and the decisions that you make now are going to affect your life in the next 3 years or so. Okay, Cancer, January 2021. Some of you don't trust the person that you're with. You got the King of Swords here. All right. So there could be a person in your environment who you kind of butt heads with, someone who isn't the most nurturing and kind. They're not a bad person, but maybe they have a very strange way of expressing their emotions and their feelings. Maybe they're the type of person who doesn't really know how to talk to people. They come at you crazy and they don't mean to, but they do, and it doesn't make it right. And this person overall, it hurts your feelings. It just hurts your feelings, okay? There could be someone in your environment who just hurts your feelings with their words. And maybe they're a little bit demanding and they're telling you what's supposed to happen, and everything has to happen on their terms and on their time. Now, for some of you, if this is also tying into the first scenario where I said that some of you are having cold feet and you're unsure of whether or not you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, maybe some of you are also coming to the realization that you've been in somewhat of a toxic relationship. It could be verbally abusive, things could be physically abusive, but it doesn't have to be. But maybe that you come to realize that I'm in a relationship with a really like mean person, like a really grumpy person, a person that, you're just like, do I want to wake up every day to you anymore? Like, do I want to wake up to someone yelling and cursing and screaming or putting me down, telling me what I didn't do right the day before? Like decide this from now, okay? Yes, when you marry someone, there's always the option of divorce, but let's try to avoid that, okay? Everyone who has a bit of a chip on their shoulder, like if you're in a relationship with someone who you feel has a chip on their shoulder, there is a person who deep down is kind, but this is a person who has suffered from a lot of inner childhood things. So because of this person can take things out. It's I don't know if you guys ever heard of the term displacement. When you displace your anger, you displace your frustration. This person is angry about other stuff that happened in their life from a really long time ago, and it comes up in your relationship, okay? It comes up in this dynamic that you guys have started together. This family dynamic, this union, whatever it is, there's a level of toxicity that was brought over from the past, and this person may or may not be aware of it. It's just the way they are, it's just the way they've been, and maybe they're so stuck in their ways that they don't really see a way out. But it's important for you to at least communicate with this person effectively. Let them know how you're feeling. Let them know you're not appreciating the way they're speaking to you. Let them know that, it hurts you. Let them know I'm not trying to be a nag. I'm just telling you, when you speak to me like this, it makes me feel like this, okay? It's very important for you guys to communicate your needs, because you're in a space of where you're just kind of going with the flow and you're not speaking up about what you want. So you're ending up in predicaments, and then you're becoming resentful because you didn't say anything and you didn't take control of that situation when you had the chance to. All right, let's get another message for Cancer, January 2021. Okay. The Knight of Swords. This is exactly what I was talking about, that communication, that clear-cut communication, and not being afraid to rock the boat. Some of you are not speaking your mind because you're afraid of the aftermath. You're afraid of the argument that's going to come. You're afraid of the back and forth. You're afraid of being stressed out after. But what I'm hearing is that it's very important for you to speak your mind. Make sure you are heard. Make sure you are understood. You don't have to be a nag. There is a way to communicate effectively. And you have to learn how to best do that. And you have to learn how to, like mediate. You have to learn how to reduce conflict in a conversation. So when you speak to people, speak to them calmly, respectfully, and always come from a place of love. Don't talk at people. Learn to communicate your emotions. Because you could be absolutely right, but you could be shouting so the person isn't hearing you. You know what I'm saying? You could be absolutely right, but you're doing it with attitude, so the person is disregarding you, and they've already, put up a wall, and they've already shut down, and they've already decided, I'm not listening to anything Cancer has to say because I don't like the way they're conveying this message. So like I said, think about what you want to say before you say it. Bring the conversation to the other person calmly and respectively, and make sure they truly hear you and understand where you're coming from, okay, Cancer? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull a Moonology card for you guys, just to end you guys off. And 2 came out. Take time to breathe out. Okay. And be bold and make the first move. Oh, 3 came out. Okay, I'm going to take that too. And be bold and make the first move. I feel like this is pertaining to you bringing the conversation to the other person. It's time to release negativity. Yeah, all that toxic stuff you guys have been holding on to, all the stuff that, like all the resentment, all the things that you're not speaking of, all the things that you're not telling people, it's time for you to really express that and get it out of your body, because it is driving you insane. It is making you resentful. It is making you angry. It is making you bitter, and it's making you appear to be the bad guy when, you started out as the victim, So what I want you guys to do is think about everything I just said, okay? I want you guys to meditate on what really bothers you, so that when you do bring these conversations to people, you are bringing it to them level-headedly. You're not being overly dramatic, overly anxious. You're not yelling. Remember to be self-aware. Constantly check yourself. Check, how is my tone of voice? Am I getting a little ahead of myself? Am I getting really aggressive in my speech? All right? Remember, it's important, very, very important, to communicate effectively in any relationship that you hold dear to your heart, okay? It's the only way the relationship can be successful, okay, Cancer? So that's what I have for you guys for the month of January. Checks back next month, okay? Bye.